Rosann, we've known each other for 3 decades.
Yes, a long time.
And you have been a professional counselor.
As you have been a professional counselor, how many people have we known in Hong Kong?
Yes, quite a lot.
So many different people.
And so many changes.
And that's why we want to think about women now and women then, and how women have changed over these years.
That must be very interesting.
Yes.
And it covered different generations.
Always.
Well, if they're interested in what we are talking about, how are they going to find us?
They're going to find us Tuesday night, 9 o'clock, PsychoAlchemy. We are women now and then.
See you there. Well, it's like whenever we talk about money, we can at least have 2 more episodes to talk about money. Because money is something that I don't know about Western tradition, but in Chinese tradition, we tend to, it's not polite to talk about money.
So true.
Yeah, I think up to now we still don't ask about people how much you made, right?
Yes.
It's not right. And also, it's so hard when people said they don't have money, you will not say bluntly, did you save money? How much money you save up to now, right?
Yes.
But you hear a lot of young people these days actually have no savings. No.
That's like
I was shocked.
It's hard for me to know this, because you must have some savings. No, Rosann, have no savings.
No saving. They just every month make sure their monthly salary can cover up. Can cover all the expenses. And actually, there's a term we call it the monthly use up group. They use up everything by the end of the month.
Oh wow!
And they need the paycheck in order to move on to next week.
Yeah.
So in your 20s, you still can say I'm young.
Yes.
But just imagine if you are 30 something and you have no saving. And actually, Rosann, I have some clients in the mid 40s.
No savings.
No savings.
Okay, well, you got to wake up, folks. The handwriting's on the wall. You're going to need some money yourself. So what kinds of suggestions can we make for people? It's the attitude, and then there's the practice.
Yes.
So what can we
Well, I think basically all the banks in Hong Kong are trying to encourage you to do at least some saving. Even though the interest rate is very discouraging. But the thing is, if every month you manage to put aside 20% of your income, at the end of the year you'll be quite happy, right?
Yes.
At least that money is safe, right? And you can use this for some sort of investment. About 6 months ago, I went to a finance course. It's so interesting. I felt that I need to have a complete new understanding of the stock market, investment.
Yes.
And the professor who retired 10 years ago and now is teaching a course mainly for the society, for the young people, he said something I really appreciate. He said, if you are now in your late 20s or early 30s, you better start saving. At least save up to $500,000. So it's $500,000. That's a lot, right? In some man, right? That's not a small sum. But if you are young, it might take you maybe another 5 to 10 years to do that. So if you start in your 20s, by mid 30s, you already have it. But don't worry so much about buying an apartment. But the key is you need to start knowing all the investment product. He is not asking us to be a speculator, right? Not that. It's just you need to know in the money market there are certain stocks or certain bonds that can help you to save up money. In order the inflation will not eat up all your savings.
Yes.
So learn some basic finance knowledge together with this. Start with maybe, I would say $500,000 is too much, maybe 100,000.
Yes.
Right. Gradually let that money roll. The time is on your side. If you start doing it when you are 45, 50 or even 55, it's too late. You don't have that much time. And I would say, as you mentioned earlier in your first section, maybe have a group of girlfriends to support each other Especially those women that always hang out with you. Maybe you tell them, okay, today we're going to go out, have a drink, go to Lan Kwai Fong. Instead of keep on cubbing, maybe we'll stop at the second round and we'll save up those money. And I think that would be a good habit.
So then you can take $200 home.
Yes.
Rather than you don't have the $200.
Good. It ruins your health, and you don't develop your habit of saving. And I think that's a good idea. I remember this young woman, she really can drink a lot. She studied in the States, and all her girlfriends these days can drink. And she told me easily, 4 women have a night out, ladies' night out, night out, they can easily drink 3 bottles of wine.
Yes.
You can imagine, right? It's not going to be like a $100 bottle of wine. So easily over $2,000, all right, with a little bit of snacks and talking. And I said, you just cut 1 bottle of wine and save those money.
What Dorothy and I are talking about is how to get the one who's not alert about money to save. But to save, you must know how much is going out every day.
Yes.
How much is going out every day? And it might help, and this is what I say, get yourself a little notebook, just a little notebook, to start listing.
Yes.
It's Monday. How many things did I buy today?
Yeah.
MTR card, some coffee, some snack.
Yeah.
Bought lunch for my friend.
Yes. Yeah.
Came home.
Yeah.
How much did I spend today? Just keep track of how much is going out every day, so that you become aware of how much you're spending.
Yeah.
That's different from how much you're worth.
Uh-huh.
That's different from how much you should be paid. But you need to know. Now, I work with, you went to the financial counselor and said so much money. I say to each and every working woman, you need 3 months' salary
at least
in the bank.
Yes.
So that if you get sick, you can't work, you get fired. Oh, I won't be fired. You don't know that, sweetheart. But we need to pile up, stockpile,
Yes.
3 months of salary that you don't touch. That's your emergency money.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know, but Rosann, I'm not saving it. Okay, let's start with $20 a day. Can we save $100 a day? At the end of the month, how much? Let's start with where you are.
Yes.
Where are you in money?
And
You think I need
you
3
have this
months?
little black book.
Your little black book.
But now with technology, actually, there's a lot of good apps.
Of course you could do this. You get your own
so
little...
easy. It's just whether you are willing to record it down.
But you need to do that.
You know
to
the
be
pattern.
conscious of money. How much do you spend? How much do you need to live on? And we can talk about budgets. And of course you can do it on your electronic devices. But give yourself that little bit of a self-inquiry. Whatever the day of the week is that you're watching this program, can you keep track of your spending for 1 week?
Yes. Yes. That is a good start.
Just 1 week. It's part of your identity. It's part of who you are. Why should a woman say, I don't know how much I'm spending? What's the matter with you? Do you know how many calories you're eating each day? Do you know how much energy you need for the day? Of course you need to know how much you're spending each day. Yeah. Oh, wow. But then what we invest. Now this theme with the banks of building a little stockpile. If you can get 3 months, that's your emergency money.
Yeah.
Let's build another 3 months that we're going to invest.
Yes. Yes.
Now, why do we want women to invest?
Well, the thing is, if we just keep on putting in on the bank, the interest rate is so
Very
low, so low, right? A little bit of investment, you actually, if you live in Hong Kong is one of the 4 big finance investment cities. And it's kind of embarrassing if you have no idea what's going on, right? Obviously, you are not those people that can stare at the computer every day and check on the price. But ever since I went to this finance course, I realized it's nothing that complicated.
No.
Right. You are just learning the basic and already can keep you going.
Yes.
You are not doing like a crazy man with 3 computers and doing all the investment. And I also think that when you start to look into investment, you also have some idea what's going on with the economy.
That's a very important thing
Right.
to know.
So as you said just now, some people have no idea that they can be fired because you have no understanding with what's going on in the political world these days and the economical world. You know, is the whole stock market is a political.
It absolutely
the political
and
issue
globally,
and
not
globally,
only
right.
in Hong Kong, but
Yes.
what's going on in the
Right.
world.
Yeah. So
Yes.
so your willingness to learn on that is it makes you survive. Right. Living in today's woman now, you need to go. You need to know what's going on. All right. And also sometimes women will invest in jewelries, and that's another thing that's pretty stupid because 10 years back, I have this woman who married a very successful gynecologist. So they had a very good life. And every time her husband gave her some money, more like a yearly bonus, you know, for being a good wife,
Oh, wonderful.
she went out and brought some very fancy jewelry.
Oh,
And for almost 20 years or so, she had like 2-3 safety box of fancy jewelry. But then one day something happened to her family, and the husband had a pretty big accident, no longer can work, and there's some really bad thing that they need money. I would say 80% of jewelry are worthless because those are fancy jewelries.
yes.
Those people think when you brought it can cost you maybe $300,000. But when you bring back to a jewelry shop, they'll say, "Oh yeah, these are not big
Style now."
diamonds. So these are all because it's expensive because of the handcraft. So now it's about 10% of your original price.
Wow.
Some not even willing to take it back, right? Because
Oh.
when she brought it, is at that time the fashion. So you can imagine 20 years later, if you are buying a fashion kind of jewelry, it means nothing. So now the women are much smarter when the husband or the boyfriend buy, I just want diamond, a carat.
Yes.
And it must be is it GIA or whatever.
Right,
I need a cert. So the moment the boyfriend or husband gave the diamond to the woman, actually the woman is calculating, you know, how much money I can get back from that diamond.
Isn't she good to calculate?
Yeah,
She's
well,
good to
so
calculate.
in a way it's not stupid, right? Because you see all this fancy jewelry means nothing, right?
Wow.
But my mom always suggests, go back to gold.
Always gold. Diamonds and gold always work.
Yes.
Always
yes,
work.
Yes.
But let's go on to this investment.
Yes.
Because as soon as you start calculating, you become aware of how much you're spending.
Yes.
You've got your 3 months.
Yes.
You've got another 3 months you started to invest.
Yes.
But then you're looking at your job. I'm talking about a single woman here. Make her married if you want.
Yes.
In your job, is this bringing what you want? Is it bringing enough money?
Okay.
And is it bringing job satisfaction? Now, two different things. Because we all need money, and how much we need varies. Job satisfaction. Do you want to keep doing this job? Lovely, lovely 50-year-old woman saw me last week, and she said, when I finished school, I wanted so much to work in a big office. I was happy to be a secretary, and I'm a secretary, and I had cash flow all the time.
Yes.
But now I realize, because of other things happening in her life, I really would like to have gone to school to be a teacher, to work with children who have handicap of some kind, learning disabilities. So I said to her, Gloria, why did you not do that? And she said, well, I was in my 30s. I thought I was too old to change. In my 40s, I was too old to change. And I think I regret comes 50, 60. What is it you regret? I regret not going back for the training. That would have been a better investment for me now she's 50. She has some cash, but not a lot. Her education level is not high enough to bring her up the career ladder.
Yes. Oh.
So maybe we're talking to our women in their 30s and 40s about invest in yourself. For some of you, it's a higher degree or diploma.
Yes.
For some, it might be learning another language.
Yes. You brought up a very important point.
Yes.
When we talk to women, they are willing to invest their money on their children's education or extracurricular activities, another piano class and other drawing class, but they are not willing to invest on themselves. And I think that's very, that I'm not saying they're stupid, but I think they didn't see the long-term thing. Your education or your profession might not be able to take you all the way to your retirement. Especially now, people have to change at least 4 or 5 jobs in order to reach maybe 55 or 60. But if you never use the money to invest on your abilities, your intelligence, it's very dangerous. A lot of women are willing to spend money on their clothing, on their hair, on their makeup, but they are not willing to spend money on their intelligence, on their acquiring new skills, new language. And that's very important. Money, where to spend it? Spend it on who? You know?
And are you spending it or are you investing?
Yes. But if you are investing it in your future, that will create more money for you, right?
Well, it's one of the things we really have to balance. If you're doing a job that's bringing you enough money or even a surplus of money, but it's not bringing you inner contentment or satisfaction, then there's a possibility that this stress is going to have a negative impact on your body.
On your body. And then you have to spend money on your body.
Then you have to spend money on your body. So there's a wonderful, wonderful fitness counselor who says when a woman spends money on her body, it's truly to get stronger, to get bigger, to get thinner, to get firmer, whatever she wants, then it's truly an investment in herself.
Yes.
When she buys jewelry, she gives it to somebody else.
Yes.
So for women, spending money on your own development, whether it's physical development or intellectual development or emotional satisfaction.
Yeah, right.
You need to sort out what's going on with you. Invest in yourself, not something that you give to somebody else.
Yes. I think you taught me something very important. It's like what I will tell my client from now on is when they come to see me, they will always say something like, "Oh, I don't want to spend so much money on myself."
Yes.
Going to see a counselor is spend money on myself.
Right.
But I'm going to change it to say, you are investing on your well-being.
Yes.
And your well-being is so important. So you are not spending, you are investing. Yes, I like that word.
All right.
So we come to this section where we are going to talk about one movie and maybe a book. And actually, when we talk about money topic, I really had a hard time thinking of a movie that focused on women and money. But then suddenly a movie popped up in my brain.
Oh, good.
And because the movie name is a little bit long, so I want to be sure I don't say it wrong. It's actually one of my favorite actress, Meryl Streep movie. I think it came out last year. It's called Florence Foster Jenkins. And I don't know whether you know about it. This lady, I think she was a New Yorker. And the thing is, she was so rich, but she cannot sing. And her dream was to be a singer. But the thing is, she just out of tune. You know, I think she's tone deaf. But she was so rich, and she married a Hugh Grant, all right? And in that movie, he was like, just not a good, not a bad man. He would take care of Meryl, but it's not that kind of relationship because Meryl actually had cancer. But he stayed with her because she had the money and he really respect her, and she allowed him to have relationship outside. So it's more like a mutual codependent kind of relationship. But why I think of this movie when we talk about money is because when you have the money, where are you going to spend it?
Yes.
right? I can see that Merle really want to have a partner. So
Yes.
she spent the money on the husband.
Oh.
And her dream was to be a singer. So she managed to hire the best teacher to teach her how to sing opera. And she even had enough money to perform at the Carnegie Hall,
Oh my goodness.
right?
Yes.
But you can imagine, she's from the upper class. All the people that she invited to the concert was like the upper class people.
Oh.
And they all knew that she cannot sing. And they
came.
They came.
They came.
Right, but secretly they were laughing,
Oh my
behind
goodness.
her back. But this movie was kind of can sort of
Yeah,
echo
yeah.
what you said. She's just investing her money
Investing
on
herself.
what she really wants to do.
Yeah.
So I really recommend, if you have not seen this movie, it should be somewhere at the Netflix or go to the go out and buy the DVD. And you are going to talk about your book, right?
I want the book that we covered in one of the earlier ones.
Yes.
The Girl with the Baggage Claim.
Oh yes,
The
that
Girl
book.
with the Baggage Claim. Remember, this is a Chinese girl living in the United States. But my picture is not that one Chinese girl. But do imagine that so many of us are traveling. You're at the airport and someone's claiming a bag. If I tell you it's an Asian woman, what do you know about her? You can look at her clothes, you can look at her hairstyle, and begin to think you know who she is. But you don't know how she spends her money. You don't know who paid for the clothes or the jewelry or the luggage.
Yes.
You don't know anything about her. Let me switch. She's a Western woman. And you say, oh, why did I assume that the Chinese woman knows more about money? Why did I assume the Western woman is probably working, but the Chinese woman is not? So the Girl at the Baggage Claim tells us about what people look like on the outside. We've discussed enough about life stage and differences between age and stage. We've talked some about relationships, but that's coming up next time. The thing is, Dorothy began with, what is this inner character of us? What do people get to know about us? What do we let them know about us? What do we allow ourselves to share with the potential partner or partners, as that might be? So the girl you see might not be the woman inside. And that's why we need to look at her cultural setting, her stage in life, her whole identity.
Yes.
Her whole identity, yeah.
So next week we are going to focus on the big thing, right?
The big thing is relationships. All our life we deal with relationships. Easy to love. When you're a baby, everybody loves you. When kids are 6 or 7, everybody loves you. Kids get to be 11. Oh, we're not so sure we love those kids anymore. Teenagers make so much noise, we're not so sure we love them. But women in their 20s and 30s and 40s, what do we know about them? Dare we talk to a woman who's in her 70s or 80s? What will we talk about?
Yeah.
What will we talk about? So it's women now and then. You're now. You're then.
Yes.
Different from you're now and then.
Yeah. So see you next week.